Hey, Facebook. So this is Chi, obviously, because I'm live streaming on my personal page, which is a first for me because I don't normally live stream here. But over in my community, we are doing this challenge, go live, get found, and I made the commitment that I would live stream for my personal page because this is more interesting territory for me, if that makes sense. Anyway, I went to go and do it, and then I realized that I've removed the Facebook app from my phone, so I can't even live stream from my phone. But anyway, Lynn, can you hear me and see me? Is it clear? Is it jumpy? So I had to kind of improvise and use BeLive. So I don't know if it's working and if it's clear. But anyway, here we are. And oh my goodness, the hair is huge. But anyway, I wanted to come and talk today because I left my 9 to 5 just over 3 months ago in October last year. I've been running my business for close to 4 years and it has been incredible. Hey, Arena. It's been incredible. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. And I wanted to come and share some of my lessons that I've learned because I just want to encourage some of you. Yeah, I know it's Emeka, it's jumpy, but I can't do it from my phone. So you're just gonna have to manage. You're just gonna have to pray that it's better, okay? So basically, yes, I left my job in October last year and I went full time in my business. And the last 3 months have been really interesting for me as an entrepreneur, as I've basically made the adjustments to being a full time entrepreneur. I'm also a mother. It might be your internet, Emeka, though. But UK people, is it clear? Like, tell me if it's okay and good, because it might just be where your internet is, Emeka. And I wanted just to come and encourage you because I know there's a lot of people in my community who want to leave their jobs, and I wanted just to share what the reality is like. But anyway, backstory. So if you don't know who I am, which is kind of weird because you're a friend of mine on Facebook, which anyway. But anyway, what I do now, I'm a business consultant and a coach, but I also run a creative agency, basically helping, let's see. Oh, Claire says all good. Lorena says Claire. Yeah. So Emeka, I think it is an internet thing. Okay, where you are. All right. Sorry, Dove. So maybe the replay will be okay for you. So yeah, so what I do, I basically help you get seen and get found by the people that matter, your ideal clients. And I work with solopreneurs and small businesses, helping them with their business visibility. So I went kind of full time in October, and I have an incredible community of women who I support and mentor and everything else like that. And this live stream is all really about lessons that I have learned as a full-time entrepreneur. Because we all have this dream of being a full-time entrepreneur. And let me tell you about the reality of being a full-time entrepreneur. So firstly, full disclosure, I was not one of these people who took the leap and had savings. I'm a bit of a risk taker. I basically was like, I was so tired. You have to relocate to the UK, you do. I was so tired of my job. I've been with the organization for close to 10 years. I literally joined them as a graduate, as a summer intern, and I've been there ever since. And I kind of had fallen out of love with what I was doing. I'd fallen madly in love with what I was doing in my business. And I just felt like my skills were completely underutilized. So if you know me, I'm a creative. I like to make things. I like to design things. I'm also like to problem solve, but also I love to support and mentor people. So working in a financial institution was not the place to kind of harness those skills. And I just felt like this was the time to go. And so I set the goal for 2016 that I was going to leave. I didn't know when. I initially said April, but April didn't happen. And so I said, okay, November. And it ended up being like October. But anyway, last year I made the commitment to be consistent with my visibility as a business owner, because I knew that visibility is key in terms of people getting to know you and to like and trust you, and also eventually be your clients. So that was what I committed to doing. And, you know, that had a profound effect on my business last year. It allowed me to really grow my tribe massively, set out my group programs. It allowed me to really have more impact and reach. And so I'm really, really grateful for the lessons I learned there. But anyway, let's talk about lessons I've learned being in full-time employment. No longer being in full-time employment. So like I said, I took the leap without any plan. No, not without a plan, without any savings or anything like that. I literally, when I left, I had 2 people or maybe 1 person signed up on my group program. And I was like, I have 30 days like to make this work, as in to fill this program. And that was like the 14th of October. when I finally kind of left and walked out of the job. And then by the 5th of November, when the program, like 2 days before the program was started, the program was full. Like I had 11 people and I wanted 10. So I'm really grateful, but it was work. But I took a risk because I felt that life on the other side was much, it was the life that I wanted. And I also prayed about it. And I said, like, before I resigned, I said, like, God, I need a sign, like a really clear sign. And I got one in like less than 24 hours. So anyway, lesson number 1. Okay. When you leave, you do still need a plan. So a lot of the times we think we can just wing it and we can just be like, well, I'm now doing my business full time and everything's going to come together. Well, you still need a plan. The plan may look different, but obviously the end goal is still the same. You want a lifestyle business, you want the freedom. I mean, I'm grateful I have 2 young children. So I get to, like today, for example, my daughter's off school. She's not well. Now, if I was still working in my corporate job, that would have been a few phone calls and a few awkward conversations and everything else like that. But I'm just like, well, I work for myself. It doesn't matter. And so you still need a plan. You still need to know where you're going. You still need to know what actions you're going to take to move your business forward, but it may look a little bit different. Number 2, you have this big dream of having all this extra time. And the reality is, like, I was like, oh, with extra time, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And then I'm just like, trying to fit my business around the school run and everything else like that. And I realized that I did have more time, but other things were expected of me now. And so I've had to become very diligent. And it took me a couple of weeks to really get into the flow of what my routine was going to be like. My daughter started school in September, and any mom who has kids in school will testify to how crazy it is with the whole school runs and getting used to their schedule when they're in school and, just managing your time and everything. Hey, Asprey. Hey, Katrina. Yeah, time is restricted. It's hard. And so you have to be so focused. And one of the great things I'm really grateful for running my business alongside my job was how focused it made me in being able to do things in a small amount of time. People often ask, like, how did you do everything? I was like, well, I didn't. I was just really ruthless with what I did. And I said no to a lot of things. Like, for example, I wanted to do a podcast for ages, but I was like, I can't do it now because my focus is to get out of this job. To get out of this job, I need to grow my business to a certain level. And so that was the focus. And, but we're doing the podcast. It's coming. I'm really excited. But the thing is, your time is now, like, you have to really plan it well. And like, obviously one of the reasons for me, having this, full-time business, but more like full-time income, but not full-time in terms of time. I wanted that flexibility of being able to take my kids to school and be there for them as a mum. So that was hard because I had to kind of be kind to myself in the early weeks of just adjusting, because it was just like, this was hard. Like, because previously, like, let me tell you, like, my kids, they're not morning people. So they like will go to preschool and stuff in the afternoon. Tonya says, yes, time can be a monster to control if you aren't careful. Exactly. And so the first battle we had to overcome was getting everybody out the door before 9 o'clock. That was just intense. But, glory to God, we did that. And, we sorted that out. But anyway, the third lesson is about managing your money. So when you're in a job, okay, and you have a business, the positive thing is that it allows you to invest in your business because, you can cover your bills and then you can invest in your business and you're not worried about mortgages and all that sort of thing. But when you then take that lifeline away, and it's not even necessarily a lifeline, it basically opens you up to see how you've been spending money in your business. And for me, I had to do I started in the summer before I even left my job to kind of look at expenses and look at everything and say, okay, how am I spending my money? What do we still need? And I have team members and everything else like that. But November was the first month without paycheck. And that reality hit. 20th of the month came when there was no paycheck. And it was interesting. It was a good month financially in the business, but that realization that there was no cushion anymore. And, I had to be very diligent in the choices that I made and what I chose to invest in. So previously I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Yes, especially when you do your tax return. Exactly. And, but I realized that actually I can't. And also, my salary would cushion, would hide cash flow issues because I always knew, okay, money was always going to come in every month at a certain point. But that was a real lesson for me in December about business cash flow and, people paying you late and dealing with all of that. And that was a big eye opener for me. And it's not like I wasn't aware of that happens in business, but it was the reality of it. as a business owner, and the reality that if I don't work, I don't earn, and the reality if I'm sick, I don't get a paycheck unlike in the 9 to 5. However, on the plus side, if I need to go and earn extra money this week, I go and put out an offer. I go and do X, Y, Z. So you really want to be able to manage your money. You need to get comfortable knowing what your numbers are. I'm a spreadsheet queen. Like, I have spreadsheets for everything. Ask my team, and I can tell you kind of what's coming in, what's going out. I project everything, and I need to be that close to the numbers, because it's the difference between, you know, paying people and not paying people. And cash flow is the thing that kills businesses more than anything else. So as a business owner, you need to know what's happening in your business and, you know, cash flow and stuff. The fourth thing is really get clear on the kind of business that you want. So it's really easy to look at other people and be like, oh, I like what they're doing. This looks really good. And then it doesn't, you know, the reality of it is doesn't work for you. Like I said, I have 2 young children. And so my business model needs to accommodate my family. And I had to, you know, still put boundaries in place. So even though I'm now like a full-time employee, entrepreneur, I still don't do any calls after 6 o'clock. I just don't. I do calls early in the morning sometimes. I've had people in Australia and I've done stuff at 6 o'clock in the morning, but I won't do anything in the evenings. I don't do anything on the weekends, because that's just my personal choice and my boundaries. And so you want to make sure you do the same for yourself. I'm not like another, you know, this is my business and I do that. And I'm sure those of you who have children, you know, and even if you don't have children, just having boundaries in your business is so important, so that you can actually, you know, have that healthy space between business and life and everything else like that. The fifth point, lesson learned, is to have fun, because it's all easy to be so serious about business, your business, and be thinking about it all the time and everything else like that. So one of the things I did, well, a couple of things. I said to myself, I make an effort to go and have lunch or coffee or something with somebody, like a human being, like in person, every single week. It doesn't always happen, but that's the intention. And that's been really good for me to get out of the house. Ever so often I'll go and work in Starbucks. I'll also, you know, go to events and stuff. And it was really weird, because I've been in business for 4 years, to go and do networking events in person. And businesses offline have this weird thing about businesses online. They kind of come up with they have all these assumptions and stuff. And I'm like, no, it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. So as a business owner, I saw like so much opportunity in terms of connecting with people who are offline as well. And I love building relationships. And so it's so important not to kind of keep yourself hidden away behind your laptop. You want to get out. I got my gym timetable here, which tells me when all the classes are. It doesn't necessarily mean I go to all the classes, but I know when they are, so I can decide when I want to go. But again, I had to be kind to myself and working out my schedule, and also working out when I do my coaching calls. And you know, in January I had a lot of calls, and it meant that I didn't get to do other things that were important to me personally. And I was like, I need to fix that. So you're in charge of your schedule. You want to make sure you're still having fun. You know, business should be fun. Business should be exciting. I love what I do. It doesn't feel like work. I have a great community. So yeah, number 6 is about being consistent. People talk to me about the fact that I'm really consistent. And I say thank you, because I focus on the 80%. If that makes sense. So the 80-20 rule, I focus on the things that have the biggest impact to my business. So for me, that is coming on, doing lives, creating content, and obviously, coaching my clients, and emailing my list. These are things that are visible, things that have results, but show that their level of consistency. There are other things that can be done in their business, but I won't necessarily do them if they don't have that impact. They don't move the needle forward. So you want to make sure that you kind of maintain that level of consistency. And how else do I do that? I have team members who help me be consistent. We have a lot of scheduled stuff, and we're going to be doing more scheduling and automation as the months go on, because I want to be able to step out of my business and not be a bottleneck. One of the biggest lessons, and the one I'll end on just before this final one, is about being a CEO, and I'll talk about that. That's really key. But number 7 is you've got to do the work. Like I said before, you don't work, you don't eat. So I have learned that I've got to show up every day, and I've got to do what I need to do. And when I'm not doing those things, it's because there's some sort of resistance, something's going on, and I want to make sure that I know what that is, so that I'm not kind of sabotaging myself. So yeah, you got to do work. It's none of this kind of like sit by the water cooler and you still get your paycheck every month. No, you are your business, and you want to make sure that you have systems in place so you're still earning money, and you want to have things in place so that you are, things are coming through your business. But finally, the final lesson that I have learned is that I am a CEO and I'm not an employee. So that means that my mindset and my approach to what I do, how I run my team, how I even view my business, the investments that I make come from this place of being a CEO, that I'm always looking forward, I'm looking at the bigger picture, and it's sort of like, is this going to take me to where I need to go? Knowing that business is not personal, so if I need to make a change in my team or something, or say no to something, it's not a personal decision, it's a business decision. And I've had to learn that because I very much like to maintain good relationships with people, and I don't like to upset people, but I run a business and this is business. And so I am incredibly grateful for this opportunity to run my own business, the freedom it affords, the amazing people that I have met, I know, and I'm connected to all around the world. Some of you who are watching right now, thank you so much for being on here live and supporting. If you're still on here watching live, do let me know, because I can't see, I'm not using my phone, so I can't see who is even on here. So don't let me know if you're still here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. But let me just say this, running a business is hard work, but it is a lot of fun. The rewards far outweigh everything else. You're not bound by rules and regulations. You kind of call the shots. And I love that. I love the work that I do. I love that I get to impact so many lives and so many women. Hey, Louina, excellent. And I love that my work is, meaningful. Creating spreadsheets and things in a bank was not meaningful work for me. Working with a woman and helping her overcome her fears so that she can go and share her message and her mission with the world and create income for herself and a legacy for her family, that's meaningful. And that for me is more powerful. So I love being a full-time entrepreneur. And my goal this year is to continue to grow my business, to grow my reach and my impact. And one final thing, you'll always keep investing in your business. Surround yourself with quality people. I'm really grateful for really great business besties. You guys know who you are. I have great mentors who are incredible. And, I could never say I'm doing this on my own. I'm never doing this on my own. I have great team members. And ultimately I have God as well. God is my foundation. So I'm so grateful for everything. And thank you for watching. And I've done a Facebook Live on my personal page. So anyway, go live, get found. Ladies, those of you who are doing the challenge, I did my challenge today. So I'm very grateful. Thank you for watching. If you're watching the replay, thank you. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.